In the cognitive load theory, as described by Spector in the Handbook of Research on Educational Communications and Technology, cognitive load theory is a model of human cognitive architecture that helps explain and predict the allocation of working memory resources and the interaction between working memory and long-term memory to deal with intrinsic cognitive load, extraneous cognitive load, and germane cognitive load. If you're anything like me, when I read this theory, I was overwhelmed with the amount of information in this theory. I really had to research and find another definition to understand. So using mindtools.com and an article by the contributors, I reached a better understanding. My understanding now is that cognitive overload theory is how much information our sensory memory, working memory, and long-term memory can hold without being overloaded. While I have noticed that scientists haven't fully developed an amount specifically, it is safe to say that the memories can be overloaded. As a preschool teacher, I see little minds overload all the time. If I ask a preschooler to do several tasks in the same sentence, they struggle with completing all of the tasks. They will usually get through the first one, but the second and third is usually lost. Their working memory is not fully developed yet, and they struggle with the overload of information given to them. Another example of cognitive overload theory is when we have rug time and we are introducing a new topic. We have to keep the discussion and time on the rug to a maximum amount of time before the students become fidgety and disruptive because their little minds cannot hold all of the information. Another example in my own personal life was am new to the preschool world and started this job just a couple of weeks ago, and learning all the laws and regulations and the do's and don'ts of preschool is very overwhelming. And at one point I was thinking, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this. However, a little at a time, and I'm doing just fine. So the cognitive overload theory is basically how much our little minds can handle at one time.